Greetings to all of you. I want to talk today about the beautiful full moon coming up on June 14th. But before I get into that, let me just let everyone know that I will be doing 2 ongoing programs starting this fall. One beginning in September for 9 months, a trauma-informed life coaching program based on the ARCH model that is associated with the book that I co-authored with Christina Lee, From Trauma to Freedom. It's a beautiful program that supports you in your own healing and in how to support others in healing and stepping into their wholeness and their purpose. The second program that I'll be doing starts in October and goes through June and will be an Aquarian shamanic astrology program to guide you in connecting more deeply to the energies of the planets and stars and how they can support you in your own spiritual journey. And that is open to anyone, no matter what your understanding or experience in astrology. Also, I will be part of a free symposium starting June 14th, the time of this full moon, and it is entitled Rebecoming the One. So check that out as well. I've put the links to those programs in the symposium below the video. But let's talk about this upcoming beautiful full moon, because I think it is an incredible opportunity for us to heal and to open more fully into that sense that we are held and guided in the midst of the turbulence of these times. This full moon comes when the moon is at 23 degrees of Sagittarius and the sun at 23 degrees of Gemini. But as many of you know, I love to look at where these configurations actually are in the sky at the moment of this time of the full moon, to give us deeper meaning about what the energies of this full moon are about. And what's exquisite is that the full moon will be in the sky right at the feet of Ophiuchus, the great healer, and close to the galactic center. From our Earth perspective, the center of our galaxy is that dark rift in the Milky Way that the constellation Sagittarius, the archer with the bow and arrow, is pointing directly towards. And that's where the full moon will be. The sun, which will be opposite in the sky, will be located in the stars of Orion at the upraised arm of Orion. So what does this mean? Remember that at the time of the full moon, the earth is between the full moon and the sun. So we are experiencing the beautiful energies of the moon beaming towards us, and the sun at the opposite side beaming its light and energy towards us at the same time. So what are the energies we're meant to receive and absorb and work with at the time of this full moon? I think it's very significant that it is this energy of the galactic center and this healing energy coming from Ophiuchus, the great healer, associated with Asclepius. He is that constellation in the sky of the healer holding the serpent, symbolizing the energies of the sacred masculine integrating with the energies of the sacred feminine. The serpent is one of the oldest symbols of the great goddess. So here is this healer holding those energies of the sacred feminine, honoring that integration of the masculine and feminine for us to come into our wholeness. The sun being in the stars of Orion. Remember, Orion is associated with Osiris from ancient Egyptian mythology. So let me remind you of the story of Osiris and Isis. This comes to us from 5,000 years ago and is a very ancient archetypal story about life, love, death, rebirth. In this story, Isis and Osiris are the great benevolent leaders of the people, and they are serving the people, teaching the people, holding their community with love and compassion. Their brother Set is envious of Osiris and his position of leadership, so he sets out to destroy him. Without going into all of the details of it, he devises a plan to end up trapping Osiris in a box and then sending him down the Nile River to his death. Isis, the great goddess, the great loving one, is bereft to have lost her partner. So she journeys far and wide until she locates the box containing Osiris's body. She brings him back home and revives him. So this story is very much about the God who dies and is reborn. You know, here we have Isis, the great goddess, Osiris, the god, in their unity, in their balance, being of service to the people. And Osiris is killed, and then after he's revived by Isis, Set kills him again, chopping him into pieces to scatter him far and wide. And again, Isis seeks out the pieces of her beloved and brings him back and restores him and makes him whole, and then guides him as he becomes the leader of the other world. And they hold the energies of life and death together. But it is a story about life, death, rebirth, the God who dies and is reborn. It's very much also about our journeys and how we each in our own ways experience wounding experiences, experience trauma so often in relationship with others. And we're in a time in the world right now where we're seeing so much trauma, turbulence, gun violence, war, ways in which we can be so destructive to each other. That is the shadow side of humanity and the shadow side of the duality that we live in on this planet. But this story of Isis and Osiris is such a beautiful story of how Isis, that great mother, that great goddess, so loved Osiris and so loves us that she will seek us out. She will find those lost parts of ourselves that have been traumatized, that have been hurt, betrayed, violated. She will gather all of those parts of us back and bring us back into wholeness. She is the great loving mother who heals us, restores us, revives us, renews us. Isis, the great goddess, continued on from ancient Egypt, was honored in ancient Greece and ancient Rome. And then, as we move into the time of Christianity, Mother Mary holds so many of those aspects of Isis. That great archetypal energy of the great loving mother continues on across cultures, around the globe, across time. She is with us. And in the sky, Isis is Sirius, the brightest star in our sky that is there close to Orion, Osiris. And remember, Sirius, representing Isis, is that star that is our binary star in this beautiful dance with our sun, our star. And it is Sirius that guides us through these shifting ages and our processional cycle. It is Sirius, the great mother, the great loving other, who is guiding us now into the Aquarian age, into these new ways of being. She is the one who individually and collectively can help us heal, come back into wholeness, and move into that higher consciousness. So at the time of this full moon, feel that energy coming from the full moon, coming from Source, coming from the energy of the galactic center, coming from Ophiuchus, the great healer, but also carrying that energy of Isis, the great mother, beaming that to us here on her earth, and guiding us to realize we, like Orion, we, like Osiris, can go through trauma and pain and can heal, be made whole again, revive, be resurrected, renewed. This is the promise for us, individually and collectively. You know, those of us who are sensitive so feel the trauma and pain in the world at this time. But I believe that we are held by the energies of the cosmos that are guiding us to heal, guiding us to remember our deeper essence, guiding us back into alignment with our soul selves, back into alignment with Source, with the galactic center, back into balance and wholeness, so that then collectively we can heal. We can say no more war, no more violence. We can remember our capacity to love each other, respect each other, be compassionate with each other. Because we've experienced that healing within us, we can emanate it out to all around us. So our task at the time of this full moon is to open to the healing energies coming to us from that full moon. Take time to meditate at the time of the full moon on June 14th. Allow yourself to bathe in that light and love and compassion coming to you through that full moon. Remember that you are held in love, that no matter how broken you feel, how wounded you are, that love is there for you. And Ophiuchus the healer and Isis the great mother are there for you to help you reclaim those lost and wounded parts of yourself, to come back into wholeness. And as you meditate at the time of the full moon, realize that that day of the full moon and for the next 3 days, the sun will be right over the upraised arm of Orion. Absorb that energy of the sun. allowing it to remind you and guide you into your own resurrection experience, into the ways that you can now rise out of your pain and come into wholeness and come into new life. It's exquisite that at the time of the full moon, the moon and sun will be squaring Neptune in Pisces. This is such a reminder of how not only are we getting that healing energy from the moon and the sun, but Neptune in Pisces, that the waters of compassion, of divine love, of cosmic consciousness are flowing to us to hold us and heal us and guide us. And then the other planet in strong aspect to this full moon is Saturn in Aquarius. So as we are able to heal and reclaim our wholeness, we're guided into the new forms, Saturn, of the Aquarian age. The more that I connect with the stars and planets, the more in awe I am of the cosmic consciousness that we are surrounded by and are a part of. We are held and guided by the consciousness of the cosmos, by the love and wisdom that surround us on the earth and in the sky. And this full moon is such a profound message to us, saying it's time to heal, to absorb the love and compassion that is there for us from the earth and sky and the cosmic consciousness, to come back into wholeness, to then be able to be agents of healing to others by emanating that light of love and compassion to all those around us. And then together we can change and heal the world. It won't come from outside of us. It'll come from inside of us and from that deep awareness that we are interconnected with all of these energies of the earth and sky and with each other. So allow yourself at this full moon to absorb the healing energies that are there for you, to remember that you are loved and held in the compassion and wisdom of the earth and sky, and that Isis is there for you to guide you, to support you and heal you, and Ophiuchus is there beaming healing energy to you. And allow yourself to absorb the energies of the sun and the expanded consciousness that's there for you as we move into this new age and are able together to co-create a new world. As the full moon is in Sagittarius and the sun in Gemini, it's also guiding us to change our thoughts about ourselves, our beliefs, to absorb that energy of Neptune and be aware of that compassion that surrounds us and is there for all of us. To then allow us to live from the heart, to speak our truth from the heart. Mercury at the time of this full moon is close to the Pleiades, guiding us to remember the wisdom of the cosmos, guiding us into these new forms. So allow yourself, your heart, your thoughts, your beliefs to be informed by the powerful energies of this full moon, to bring you back into alignment with your soul self, to support you in absorbing that love and compassion of the cosmos for you, to then allow you to live from the heart and emanate that to others. May we all take time at this full moon to absorb that light and love and wisdom and then radiate it out to all around us. Blessed be.